not for those who foment rebellion and civil anarchy. However, in cases where we must disobey the unlawful orders or rulers of our government, then we should make known our reasons for resistance to those laws and make clear our desire to uphold them, but not if they become contrary to God's laws. You know, the goal of all Christian resistance in a society is for the establishment or reestablishment of God's order in society. You know, there are different levels of government, from national to local levels. If we are forced to disobey one level of authority, then we must seek out another level of authority to represent our case against us. In this way, we are upholding God's ordinance of government and glorifying Him in our resistance against it. You know, both in Acts and Peter, it teaches an important doctrine concerning the Christian's obedience to civil laws and how to respond to tyranny. You know, they instruct us to obey both God and man. But if the commands of man contradict the express commands of God, we must give God our obedience. Tyranny must be resisted, but only in accordance with God's word. You know, if a tyrannical government exists at all levels, and this is pretty much what we're starting to experience today, folks, and there's no one to seek help to, then the Christian is going to find himself or herself at odds with the entire established government. And we must resist it and disobey the rules and laws in order to keep God's laws. You know, God's laws always take precedence over man's laws. And we're going to see this coming more and more and more. The Patriot Acts have replaced the Constitution. The rights that we had guaranteed to us under the Constitution no longer exist. By the mere fact that they haven't already just went ahead and set the thing on fire. That's just going to be a PI ploy. I mean, they could do it any time because it's no longer in effect. They can pull these Patriot Acts out that they have already passed, Patriot Act 1 and 2, and start enforcing everything that's in those Patriot Acts. And once they do, then people are going to wake up and realize, hey, what happened to our Constitution? And they're going to say, what Constitution? You authorized us to sign these Patriot Acts into law, and now these Patriot Acts are into law, and this is what the real law states now. You know, I don't think a majority of Americans out there, patriots or Christians, realize that the Constitution, for all purposes and intents, is null and void now. It's dead. It's dead. The Patriot Acts have replaced the Constitution. Folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in about 2 to 3 minutes. Listener call-in line 260-356-2611. We'll be right back with your questions and comments.
This is the Reality Radio Network on Telstar 5 Transponder 5 and on the internet at realityradionetwork.com.
Welcome back, folks. I got an email at Yahoo, and folks, you can contact me at SherryTalkRadio at yahoo.com during the show. You can ask me a question or give me a comment, or you can contact me with IM Messenger. If you have Yahoo Messenger, you can contact me at SherryTalkRadio on the Yahoo Messenger. And the listener wants to know if the recent military base closings if they're going to have anything to do with the coming concentration camps, that they're going to be used as those. And we've seen it happen over and over again that once a base is closed, officially in the media it's closed, but it's never closed. What they've done in the past to bases that have been closed, yes, they have retrofitted them to be used as holding tanks for internment camps, for martial law. And another thing that's been done to them is simply being handed over to foreign governments for their soldiers. The Germans have taken over Holloman Air Force Base. And so they could be giving these military bases over to German and Chinese governments because they know that these are going to be the nations that are going to be here implementing martial law in America. It's going to be a mixture of Russian, German, and Chinese soldiers. There's going to be a big dominance of Chinese soldiers here and German. And so these bases closing could be used for either one, to house more of these foreign soldiers, or to fit them to be used as concentration camps. It's always one or the other. We saw a lot of the camps that had been built during World War II being retrofitted again and used again to be used coming up for the coming martial law. Right now there's over 800 bases, folks. 800 camps. And not all of these camps are designed to kill the people within them. They're holding tanks. And what you'll see in a lot of municipal cities is if you even go around their water plants or just around parks or something, look for barbed wire fences with the wire curved inward, to keep people in, more so than the barbed wire being rolled on the outside to keep people out of them. They're designed to keep people inside. And what you'll see at a lot of times is just huge acres of land wired with the rolls of wire in like a prison yard. And what they're going to do is just hold people there, hold people in these places. There's no medical facilities. There's no shelters of any kind. There's no restroom facilities. There's nothing. They're just holding tanks to put these people onto a train. And what they're going to do is herd these people off on trains to the actual internment camps, concentration camps that can kill them, that have the facilities to burn them. This is going to be an American Holocaust all over again. You're going to see the Nazi Holocaust here in America. And that's why I'm telling people, I wrote this article on a call to arms because you don't want to be taken to these camps alive. The Jews didn't know they were going to their deaths. And even if they had known, effectively Hitler had disarmed most of the population before then. And so, the whole first half hour of speaking about this, folks, is the fact that disarmament is against God's laws, the contrary to God's laws. Do not give up your guns. And the fact that we have to roll over and play dead and act like sheep led to the slaughter, it's not of the Lord. Defend yourselves, fight for your families. If you had any idea what these soldiers plan on doing to your children, you would at least die trying to defend them from being taken by them. Because these are sadistic soldiers. We're looking at, satanic ritual abuse at all levels. Imagine Abu Ghraib, and we barely know even a fraction of what's gone over there, 1,000 times worse here on our own soil. Look what the Croats did to the Serbians during the war in Yugoslavia just several years ago. All the atrocities that took place there never made mainstream media. We're going to be seeing all that here and 100 times that. Martial law is not the same as giving up your life for the Lord. It's not the same as martyrdom, and I'm going to get that a little bit here later on the difference between being murdered and giving up your life voluntarily for the Lord and being a martyr. There's a difference there. These are different events that are coming. Most of the church doesn't expect martial law to hit this country or any kind of persecutions to happen because they've been lulled to sleep by the